morning all, how are you today? Today is Tuesday. I didn't vlog yesterday. I really just was feeling very low and really not in the right mindset. And also I was working on a top secret commission as well. So I couldn't have shown you anything really as much as I'd like to. At least not until the end of March. Yes, end of March. So today I have been chatting to my youngest daughter's teacher, and I am planning on going in next week to do some Storystone sessions with the kids, which means that I need to finish my set of Storystones that I was doing for them. I've been doing Storystones for 4 years. It might even be longer than that. It's been quite a long time. But I don't really make a huge advertising of them and stuff like that because they're quite time consuming to make, but they are nice. So I thought they'd be quite a fun thing to do. So my daughter is doing Itsy Bitsy Spider as a sort of traditional tale. It's a rhyme. I don't know why it's a tale, but you know. And I'm going to I illustrated the stones the other day. I just need to construct them now. So, and then I'll be taking them in next week. So that's quite exciting. So hopefully you'll be able to see me doing some of those today. I have 2 planner covers to make, one in skulls and one in, sorry, I'm just looking. It's sort of like a greeny floral fabric, but with gold highlights. It's really pretty. And I have a load of inserts to make for those. So I need to try and find the some nice coordinating papers. I have an order to chase up. I ordered from Eco Mailing Bags 2 weeks ago, I think it was, and it'd been shipped, but it'd never been delivered. And so I messaged them. I said, "Oh, you know, we'll replace them and send out the order." And I still haven't received it. And they're delivering via My Hermes, so you know, I haven't got a tracking number or anything, so there's no way of knowing whether they've actually been sent out or anything. So I need to chase that up today. And what else do I need to do? Oh, I've got a hoodie. Sorry. I've got a hoodie to print for our local stagecoach group. I'm doing names on the backs of these hoodies. So I've got my first one of those to do, so I need to try and work out the font before I do it. Well, obviously before I do it, but I need to work out what font on the sample that the sample is. So that's going to be spend a little while font tracking, which will be fun. Yeah, I think that's about it for now. I'm waiting to hear back from my lovely subscribers who bought subscription boxes, because they should have been receiving them sort of early this week. So I'm feeling a little bit anxious about that, especially as after I posted them, I realised I'd forgotten the sticker sheet. That really irritated me. And, you know, I've been having problems with my printer. I just wasn't convinced about a couple of the printings, and it was just, you know, for the first box, that was really actually quite stressing me out. So I'm hoping they still love them, but it's making me a little bit nervous. Nervous. Right. I'm going to get on. Good morning, welcome to Thursday. I'm sorry I've not really vlogged that much this week, at least not face to face. I mean, I did my sketchy challenge, which I narrated, but I've been struggling quite a lot this week. Sort of, if it's not one thing, it's another, isn't it? But this week has been more sort of the depression and anxiety side of things. Anyway, I'm here again, smiling. My subscription boxes went out, and I've had some very lovely comments about the boxes, and as a response I've also had a request about pins. Now I just wanted to explain the different sorts of pins that I can print here. Okay, they're not enamel pins, but they still have pin backs. So let me just show you the different varieties. I've not got any made up at the minute, so you're just going to have to look at them as the blanks. And then what I thought I would do is I would try and print some up in a bit. I currently have absolutely no internet, which is just driving me body. Right, okay, so let's start with the first sort. So we've got button badges, okay. These are quite tiddly little button badges. These are 2.5mm, and one sec. They can come with a pin badge back. If I can take it off, there we go. So I can do these badges with this back, like that. So I'm going to have a go at doing one of those in a bit. So that's one type of badge. Another type of badge is a printed badge. I do these for Bumblebee. And basically what I do is I have a blank like this. I've got two different sorts of blanks. I've got one with a slightly curved edge and one with just a deeper edge. I could plausibly do resin work in that as well, which might be quite nice. It's quite a nice thing. This one I couldn't because it's got the adhesive in. This one I need to attach my own adhesive, and it comes like this. This one is from one of my bigger metal blank suppliers. Not metal blanks, but we're just sublimation suppliers. And it comes with a little disc. It's actually white, it's just got blue film over it to protect it. And I print on that, and then that goes on there. And I can get little doming stickers. You can see, a bit hard to see, sorry. Not sure it's going to show you. Anyway, and that goes over the top. So it's like a domed effect. All right, so that's another option. You can have it without the doming as well. So that's another option. So that's 3. I also have squares. And somewhere I've got rectangles. I'll go have a look for them in a minute. So this is the square one. It's quite heavy, actually, the square. I did have one all made up that I think I've shown you in the past. Anyway, this is the square one. This also comes with a domed top if you want it, or just the panel printing. Either way, there is a slight cost difference if you want the doming. So those are the sorts of pins that I can print, and they are set shaped. So you've got your circles, your squares, your rectangles. I think that's the only shapes they come in. Alternatively, there is the type of pin that I've just released in my latest box, and I will be releasing these in my shop. This is one of my test runs, so you can see I've domed it myself. All right, and it's domed actually in a resin. I don't know if can you see. So it's really, really hard. Okay, it's clear. It was one of my test ones. You can actually see it's got some little bubbles in. Maybe can you see? It's not very good at focusing when it's on this mode. And on the back, I've got my logo. So basically, I just get a metal blank, and then I print on it on both sides. So I've basically done this as my design. The teapot shape is a shape that gets delivered to me as that shape, and then I do the design on the front, and then I print it, and then I dome it. I'm planning on trying to get thicker ones as well, so they have this look a little bit more like enamel pins, but like I'd said in a previous vlog, you know, they're not actually enamel pins, but they're enamel pin-esque. I've tried to make them look like enamel pins, but it is completely made in the UK. In fact, it's completely made by me. Well, apart from blank. And then I use a super impressive glue to put the back on. And I've got some of these cute little things. I'm currently waiting for some pastel ones. They've contacted me to say that they're stuck in customs at the minute. So, but I'm mostly putting them out with black bungs on the back, because I think the black goes with the other colours quite nicely. So there's that sort as well. Now I can do this sort in a huge array of shapes, colours. I can do hearts. I can even do dogs. Well, there are a couple with dogs. The only problem with some of them is sort of bits that are sticking out. So I've got these lollipops that I did as earrings a while back, and I've got them to make into enamel pins as well if I wanted to. But this bit here makes it more fragile. So I'm not entirely sure how well it will work as a pin. I think it needs to be thicker. This is currently 0.5 mil. I think if I did do that as an enamel pin, sort of not enamel pin, see, even I'm saying it. If I did do it as a pin, the blank would have to be a lot thicker. I did wonder about layering up my blanks. I've got, oh, what have I got to show you? No. So, this is a little t-shirt that needs to be made into a pin, and this was a test design. There you go. What I could do is layer them up to make them thicker, but that will increase the price. And also you can see there is a bit of a line. Don't think you're going to be able to see. I don't think it's going to. There's a little bit of a line. I did wonder about maybe using like a black Sharpie to go around the edge, but then I thought, am I just trying too hard to make it look like an enamel pin? You know, what's the? It's quite hard to know what to do. So anyway, in a minute I'm going to test out this type of pin. I'm going to do a test of this type of pin. I'm going to do a test of this type of pin, so that you can see the different varieties that you can that I can do for you, and we will see how we go. Okay, so I need to change my badge bases. I had the neck size up in, and to do that you buy these separate little jigs, and they have two little things in. Took me forever to work out that bit, and they go in the holes there, and there's one on the other side. Basically it stops it from pushing off, and then you have one that goes on the top, and helps if I remember how to do it correctly. Okay, so this bit goes in first, lift it up, there we go. It's been a while since I made badges actually. Right, so that's all ready. Now my image, I need scissors. The image I'm trying for my little badges are the Love the Earth, I'm not sure that's going to, oh there you go, Love the Earth ones. And I'm going to try it with this back, the pin back. So oh, I need a front. There's the front, put that in there. And what I found was that I could I don't think I actually see, this is such a long time since I've done it. Okay, so these little discs, you may not be able to see, that is the size that I want my image. Can you see? And I do have a cutting tool, but I vaguely remember it wasn't very good. But I will try. So if I set it to the smallest setting, put it on my cutting mat. There should be a little black thing. Where's my little black thing? Ha ha ha! I'm going to place it inside the circle that I've made. Well, I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's getting there. There we go. So that fits on there fine. Then I need my little bit of plastic, like so. Hopefully you can see enough. And I'm going to push it that side, and then I push it down like that, and you notice it's gone. And then I'm going to put this back in this side. This is the first time I've done one of these, so I really hope it works. So there we go. It's completely central. And look, it's got a pin back. I'm so pleased with that. So there we go. I don't like the clip very much, but you know, can't have everything. Right, hopefully you can see all right. So I have done this little metal badge. Take it off the back. So this is a round pin badge. This is the standard ones I was doing before. So for Bumblebee Design Treasures and that, she had these sorts of pins, mostly gold rimmed. And then I print on the little bit here. The disadvantage with printing on such a small size is getting the resolution of the image down. For example, I've just tried this one. I don't know if, see if it'll zoom in. And so from that distance it looks all right, but the closer in I get, you can see it is just still really, really fuzzy. So, you know, text that small just is not, I mean, you can just about make it out, but it is quite fuzzy, unfortunately. But I need to talk to her about that, see if she likes it. Anyway, I digress. So we've got this sort. Oh no, sorry, we're going fuzzy again. There we go. So we've got this sort, this pin badge. This blank is actually quite expensive, getting the blank and the pin together. And it is more expensive if I add the dome. I will add the dome to this one. I only actually have 2 domes left, so I think this dome is meant to be on a different badge. I think it's meant to be on the this one, not this one. But you can sort of see the doming effect. I don't think it's particularly, actually I think I'm going to take it off because I think it would go better on this one. I think it goes inside, yeah, it goes inside the bezel. So I'm going to put it back on there. Hopefully I haven't wrecked it and I can use it again. So you can have this sort, you can have these ones with the domed, or there's this one which is like a normal pin button badge, but it's got a pin back, which I'm really pleased about. And I'm going to change that back because I really cannot bear those little clips. They're so hard. So instead we've got a little safety clip. There we go. I'm not sure I'd go any more detailed on an image, make it even smaller, because that is definitely enough. So that's for just round designs. For designs that are shaped, for example, like this cupcake one, if you're wanting something like this, or the teapot, or anything else with a funky design, if it's a design that they don't already have, or that I can sort of incorporate into a design they already have, there is a setup fee, which is about £26. I have managed to get some thicker ones of these coming, so I'm quite excited about that, because I think that'll just add to the effect far better and make them a lot more durable as well. So the blank itself is about £1.50, I think, and then you've got printing costs on top of that, then the resin, then the gluing, printing on the back, and this. So I'm thinking these ones are going to work out at about £6 each. If you ordered in bulk, I could probably do a wholesale price sort of between £4 and £6, but I don't think it's ever going to be as economical as, say, if you ordered 100 pins from out the UK. But these are completely handmade. They can be made to order as well. So don't forget, if you ever have a design that you want to sell, if it's something I exclusively print for you, I am happy to set up a shop on my website so that I can sell directly to your customer for you on those things. So it might be fun to do a pins direct, as it were. So you send me your design and I can make a pin, and then we sell them as and when they get bought, rather than having to keep stockpiles. So we'll see how that goes. I also have another idea for these, for layering up and maybe putting in little hearts or little embellishments. So I'm going to try that later on. These ones, I think they were about £1 each to buy, with the pin back. They're less. I think it's less than that if it's a standard badge back, but because of the pin back, it is a little bit more expensive. And these ones, I think they work out about £3 or £4 wholesale, so about £5-6 to buy retail. So it's, you know, again, it's quite heavy, which is quite nice. So the quality is nice, but it is definitely more expensive. But the only, which is absolutely fine if it's a circular design, but if you're going into a shaped design like these with cutaway bits, and then this would be no good for you at all, really. So there we go. There's my little badge experiment. I shall pop them up on Instagram when I get some internet connection, which would be nice. Good morning. It's Friday today, and sorry, the printer's busy printing away. I've got lots of inserts to print up today, so it's chugging away, and I've got a load of stationery to do as well in a bit. So yesterday was a bit of a complete and utter fail from the point of view that I had no internet, and my printer was refusing to print, and my sewing machine broke, and I just went and had a lie down, really. Anyway, my printer is printing, my internet is back on. My sewing machine is still broken, but I'll hopefully attack that. I have at least brought screwdrivers with me today, so I will attack that in a bit. It's also doing my dog feed, and there's apparently a little nylon roddy thing, and I think, well, that's just misaligning. So I'm going to take it apart. Scary. I've got something to show you. I got some little happy mail. I ordered some more badges. I really need to stop ordering badges, but it was really, really cute. So I ordered 2 from Emily Harvey Art, and they come in these little organza bags. How cute is that? That's really sweet. And I know my friend, the lovely Jane, likes using organza bags for things, so that'd be brilliant. So one thing that I got was this really cute little party whale. I think it's party whale. I don't know. He's just so sweet. And he's a wooden pin, slightly thinner than Ellis Woolies, but it's a bit smaller as well, but it's so cute. I'm hoping at some point to have a go at making these. So that could be interesting. And the other one I ordered was a little fox. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? So yeah, that is my happy post. I've also been chasing up this bag of stuff for like 2 weeks. I ordered some mailing bags, recyclable mailing bags, because I was running low, and if I have orders that have things that could get damaged in the rain, I like to put them in a poly bag as well. But I wanted to make sure that they were recyclable. So I've got these are a little bit little, but these are for A4, which would be great. And then I got some, I've got some more A4. I thought these were bigger than that. I thought I ordered much bigger than that. Okay, so I still need to order some. But anyway, the first parcel got completely lost, which was not good. And so she was going to send me another parcel. I've got lots more tissue paper as well. And it's from a company called Eco Mailing Bags. Because I really do want to be much more economically friendly now. So I am trying my hardest. The other thing I got yesterday, which sort of may seem completely and utterly random, but I have a cunning plan. Just like a fox. That incidentally is why I like foxes. Because I'm called Foxy because I have cunning plans. It's my nickname from Jen at Gecko Fabric Arts. Right, so look. These little glitter hearts, and I got, I don't know if you can see, they're like little translucent, pearlescent kind of, there is a proper word for what these are. I can't think what the colour, it doesn't say. It's not quite pearlescent, they're sort of translucent. I know there's a word for them. Can't think. And I got these not because I wanted christening confetti, but because I wanted the teeny little hearts. So yeah, it suddenly occurred to me that I could be layering up my pins and adding added elements to make them extra special. So I'm going to try that later. My Story Stones need another coat of varnish. I use a particular varnish that's CE tested, and it's because my Story Stones need to be CE tested, so I've done all the tests and stuff like that. So they have to have a coat. Well, I always put a coat of Mod Podge on first because it helps fill up any tiny little gaps, and then I varnish in this particular CE tested varnish. The criteria is that if I put a Story Stone in water for 24 hours, will it get ruined? And the idea of that is, like, you know, if a child is constantly putting it in their mouth, is the varnish coming off? Is the stone getting affected? You know, the tile getting affected? So there's that. I'm feeling particularly woolly today, I have to admit. It's been a couple of really... Actually, it's been a really horrible week, one way or another. It's been a painful week and emotionally exhausting. And last night was just... I have a very temperamental child that occasionally uses me as a bit of a punching bag, and so last night was particularly horrible, and so is this morning. So I'm sort of feeling a bit emotionally numb, I think. So I'm sorry if I haven't really vlogged that much this week. I haven't checked. I mean, I may have done loads of stuff. I can't remember. But it's been a bit of a funny one this week. Anyway, I'm going to get on with my printing and make some inserts and start planning for next month's box. Oh, incidentally, if you're wondering what these are copper infused gloves. Sometimes when I do drawing and stuff, my hands get very, very painful after a while. It's also when I'm very stressed, or if I'm having a flare up from the fibromyalgia, it tends to go to my hands. I've got feet compression things on my feet as well, because sometimes I get shooting pains there too. But if you ever see me wearing these, it's just because my hands are quite sore, and it does help. I only take them off when I'm doing something messy because I don't want to get them mucky. But I mean, they are washable and stuff like that. And sometimes these are rubber grips. Sometimes these come off over time. I think this is my 4th pair. But they are great. If you ever suffer from anything with your hands, these are fab. I think they're about £15 off of Amazon or something like that. Do different sizes, but they're compression and they're copper infused, so they do help with pain, and I do notice the difference, oddly enough. My mum's got a pair, and she couldn't sleep at night for ages. She got a pair, and it was like the best night's sleep she'd ever had because the pain in her hands was so bad. Although hers is arthritis, mine is fibro related, but you know, if it helps, don't care really. Okay, so I'm going to get on. I think I've waffled enough.